now that we know the definition of some of these terms, let's work on a problem. Now that we have our ledger, Mr. Miranda opened up a bookstore business called Robin's Bookstore on March 2016. Then it starts off by, on March the 16th, Miranda invested 800,000 pesos cash in the business. So we have to draw the first two T accounts, which is cash, and the other, which is capital. Then we put the debit on the left side and the credit on the right side. Since it is an investment of 800,000 pesos, the money goes on the debit side of cash. And on the credit side of capital. As you can see here, I've already filled out all the account titles and their corresponding T accounts. Based on what we've learned, let's fill this out. On March 17, Miranda paid Meneses 500 pesos for bookstore supplies on credit. So on accounts payable, we credited 500. And on bookstore supplies, it gets debited. Next, on March 18th, Miranda paid the monthly salary of 2 employees costing 12,000 pesos each. So credit 12,000 pesos twice on cash and debit it on salary expense. On March 19th, Miranda paid his debt to Meneses. Now we put 500 on the debit side of accounts payable and 500 on cash credit, since we lost money, or Miranda lost money. And then finally, on March 20th, Miranda earned 50,000 pesos through services. So service income, we credit it 50,000 pesos. There, 50,000 pesos. And on cash, we debit 50,000 pesos since we have earned money. Here we have the trial balance for Robin's Bookstore, March 2016. We have the account titles, the debit, and the credit. Under each account title, we must look at the debit and credit to find out which of these columns do we need to fill out. Now, for example, cash has a total debit of 850,000 pesos and a total credit of 24,500 pesos. Since the debit is more than the credit, we will subtract credit from the debit, leaving us with 825,500 pesos. Same is true if credit is higher, we subtract debit from it, and whatever's left is what we put, and what we put is on the credit side of the trial balance. We did this with all the account titles, and this is what we got. We have to add everything under debit and everything under credit, and the goal here is to make them balance out in the area where it says total. Now, on debit, we have 825,500 pesos plus 500 pesos, that makes 826,000 pesos. Then, add that with 24,000 pesos, we have 850,000 pesos. Now, on the credit side, we have 800,000 pesos plus 50,000 pesos, leaving us with also 850,000 pesos. So there we go. We have successfully balanced the trial balance for Robin's Bookstore. And to make it complete, you must double underline your final answer. So that's it, and Now it's your turn to try this out.